saying.
Hello, everybody. My name is Matthew McGinnis, and this is Truth Serum. I am having a conversation today with the lovely Cassandra Shuck.
So excited to be here. So excited for this conversation.
Girl.
Have no idea where it's going.
Well, let's go ahead and we'll dive into it. But like, real talk, I met you a year ago.
It is. It's honestly about a year to the day at this point.
Because it's really
wild.
And it's crazy for me to believe that like I've been living this type of life, new life, spiritual, the more authentic self the last 12 months. Because I feel like, it's been 10 years, but it's something that I've loved it every day. Or I feel like, honestly, maybe it's been like 10 minutes.
Exactly.
It's wild.
Time doesn't matter. We'll probably get into that at some point. That, linear time is questionable at best.
So, when we sit here and everybody's like, so, all right, so Cassandra Shuck, what is her title? Well, like, we don't deal with titles, but like, she has many titles: doctor, medicine woman, shaman. I'm missing some. There's probably more. She's a mother.
Poet.
She's a poet.
Author. Ex-wife.
Phenomenal. These
Want to put
are
it all
terms.
out there?
No.
There's probably some negative ones that are circulating around too.
Probably some negative ones that we've all seen of people trying to take your light, which you've not let happen.
I've not let.
But how would you tell the wonderful audience and people listen during our conversation, like, how would you tell somebody like you got into this business? Like, I mean, that's a tough question, but like, you've been through the shit,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And that's something like we've talked many times, and it's hard for us to just dive right in and start over, talk and tell people.
Yeah.
This is all new. For me, right?
Yeah. So when I first heard the term shaman or healer, I had a visceral reaction to it. I was like, that's fake. That's smoke and mirrors. Who the hell do they think they are? How dare they?
Right.
I had all of the, I don't know what you want to call it, just energy against that, against titles in general.
What'd you think about like a shaman? Like, did you think like shaman, the types that are really truly the shamans in South America, Peru, or the ones that's actually been trained there? Or are you talking about the ones that are self-proclaimed stateside?
So I guess if we're going to start from the very beginning,
I mean, because that
start
opened
from
up
the very beginning.
It opened up like a whole Pandora's box,
Yeah,
right?
Totally. So let's start from the very beginning, I guess, is probably the best place to start.
Let's start.
Okay. So I, grew up in a very turbulent household.
Yeah.
And I was very good at taking someone's plan for me and achieving at it. I have a north-south node in Virgo. Like, you give me a checklist, right. I'm going to check the heck off of that list.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it with utmost, or used to be able to do it with utmost perfection and precision. And
you crushed it.
I can crush it.
Yeah.
I can fit in someone else's achievement system really, really well.
Right.
And at first I did that, and as a child, and I became the healer of the family, the part of the family that got dumped on, the part of the one who would comfort the mother, get hit by the father. Just
your family. Let's back up.
Oh gosh.
How many brothers?
2 brothers.
So in the household, it was you, 2 brothers, and your mother and father.
Yes, but my brothers are 10 years different, and 10 years younger and 9 years younger than me.
Wow. So you were the oldest.
Drastically different age ranges.
You were. Yeah, and then it probably had a different childhood than them.
Very, very different childhood than them. I've talked about it with my youngest brothers, because there's still trauma there, but it's a very different flavor of trauma.
See, I think that's what, and we've talked in the past, like, because whatever happened, your father probably took it out on you because you were there. And the youngest.
Yes.
The only one at the time.
Yes, I was the only one, and then I moved out when I was 16, 17.
Did you?
And my brother was at the time only 6, 7 years old. Haha, 6, 7. We both have kids, you can tell. Totally unintentional. My 8-year-old does it all the time.
And we're serious, but this is a very deep conversation. But the beautiful thing about Cass is that we laugh. We laugh a lot. We laugh a lot.
If we didn't laugh, there would be a mountain of tissues between us. and we would just be snotting and crying. It would be a tear fest,
Man,
and we would make you cry, and we would make the neighbor cry, and everyone would just cry.
It's a domino effect.
It's a choice.
We rather make people aware and people smile or happy, like in regards, but not in any kind of way that's going to take away from our authenticity.
No, and not in a. I am not a huge fan of the love and light healers, which I'm sure I didn't know was going to come up this early in the podcast. I didn't know it was going to come out.
Wait a second. What is a love and light healer?
So something's happening. I want to feel it. I want to go through it. I want to dig down deep. I want to see my message. I want to see my part of it.
You do.
Yes. The love and light healer is, it's okay. It's all happening. I'm protected. I used my sage and my magic wand today. It's just this fictitious, it's to avoid the feeling. It's to avoid the shadow. It's to avoid the depth.
So you're telling me like those cats, like the love and light healers, they don't do the work. They don't go through it, the depths of hell. They may have hit the tip of it.
You may hit the tip of it. And I mean, I think every healer goes through that phase, in my opinion.
Right.
I've gone through that where I was like, oh, cool, let's go through all of this. But let that one topic in the corner of the room, let's not touch that one topic.
Oh, really?
Because that's the Achilles heel. That's the thing that, like, if we unbox that, if we open that, then we don't know where we're going. We're no longer in control.
So
we're full stop surrender. So
that's kind of like to a point, those type people, they're kind of scared of that in the corner.
Yeah, because it's always the things that we don't want to touch, that that I know, that actually have the most profound healing that is buried aside. Man,
I tell you, there's a bunch of friends of mine, and they don't want to even attempt to start to do the work because they're cool with status quo. And there's something with me, man, because I was not living, status quo was not good for me.
No, status quo had expired.
It expired. It was toast. And then especially when I learned that this whole other lifestyle of a way to love yourself and, the love and light healing. But we did the work. We're doing the work. We're doing work now. I mean,
the work doesn't stop.
That's right. Amen.
We'll just put that out there nice and early. Like, we are onions. So yes, I use the term exfoliated layers off of you, and there's probably infinite layers on you. And guess what? There's still infinitely layers on me.
Right.
And anyone who, you could sit there and you could pick me apart. You could pick you apart. We could psychoanalyze the shit out of ourselves.
Yeah.
We could beat ourselves up. Or we could go, okay, I am a soul. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm going to fuck up.
That's right.
I'm going to say the wrong things. I'm going to do the wrong things. I'm going to make mistakes. And when I look at that, that's a lesson. That is an invitation to go into the next layer of yourself.
And people listen to this podcast and they hear that. They hear the words you just said. Like, they can do the work.
You can do, yeah.
Right.
I believe that we are all here on earth to do the work.
All right, good.
And the minute I get to a place where, like, okay, my work here is done, I should die. I should that's when I get unplugged, because this to me is a school.
That's right.
This to me is, we're here to feel, we're here to associate, we're here to sit in relationships.
That's right.
We're here to communicate. And the minute I put my ego and say, oh, I'm healed, I am self-actualized, I am perfect.
Yeah.
Lord help me, first of all.
Yeah, because you'll never feel that way.
No.
We'll never be perfect.
No, we're not. Well, I said this phrase to you the other day when we were talking, because I had someone say, oh, you're perfect. I said, yes, I'm perfectly imperfect.
There you go. That's
the best way to be.
Perfectly imperfect. I like that. Because, a lot of people are scared. It's daunting. They can see two people in their light. But to be honest, there's times when myself and definitely even you as a medicine woman, shaman, you deal with this shit and it comes up.
It does.
And it comes up more than people know.
And the thing is, too, that I want to put out there is, if you avoid it, it's going to come up louder. It's going to come up harder. It's going to come up in a health condition. It's going to come up in a different relationship.
Explain that. It's going to come up in a health condition because if you're saying if you don't deal with it.
Yes.
And it's going to fester into a problem.
So let's go into a little psychology Jung kind of world and yogic world.
Jung?
Which is my boy.
Carl Jung.
So my start was in yoga.
Is that how you got into this whole entire world? Like this whole situation?
So my start was in yoga for the physicality.
Yeah.
I don't even know what ages. Time is really hard for me. But when I was in my first marriage, had really bad back problems. I would wake up in the morning, and there were some mornings where I couldn't get out of bed. I had a walker, and I was like 22, 21-ish, very young. So I started to do yoga in college before the back kind of issues started. But I started because it was already flaring, but it didn't get to kind of the peak until mid-marriage of the first marriage. And for me, the yoga was my gateway drug to spirituality, as like there's so many different gateway drugs to spirituality.
That's right.
There's, you could do yoga. People sometimes get into breath work, sometimes, take something recreational plant medicine wise and end up talking to God.
That's right.
Some people have near-death experiences. We have all of these things that bring us back to source, bring us back to God. You'll often hear me say God, source, Buddha, Allah, Hashem, creator, great spirit. I use those words all interchangeably.
Yeah.
And if someone has a fixed position, that can trigger them. So I apologize in advance. To me, creation, God, great spirit is all one.
Okay.
And I believe there's a constant invitation and a constant flood of information from great spirit to us.
And most of those that you've studied, because again, like this isn't something that happened overnight. Cass has done an extensive amount of studying, working with all across the world with different shaman,
from Russia to Brazil to Hawaii to Mexico to Peru, Costa Rica.
It's not your first rodeo.
Everywhere. I go where I'm told. Ooh, there goes my hand in the mic.
And then, like you said, the medicines and stuff. I mean, there's all sorts of plant medicines, not just the psychedelics. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, I never knew what Blue Lotus was until I'm today years old, man. Blue Lotus is like one of the best things for you.
And it's interesting because there's some of these medicines that are getting more popularized, like a Blue Lotus. And
Sananga.
And Sananga. Sananga is one that's getting more popularized.
That's right.
Cacao. There's cacao ceremonies popping up everywhere.
Oh, man, cacao. That's so good.
So and it's interesting because like I do have an herbalism background too. And I think we're going back to the old ways. There was a thing I saw on social media that, in the beginning said, this root will heal you. And then we moved away from the root. And then it was this chant or this prayer will heal you. And we moved away from that. And then we went so far back into the medical system will heal you. This surgery will heal you. This prescription will heal you. And now we're coming back to, oh, by the way, we're back to the root.
Well, there's so many doctors that we both personally know that actually got out of the medical profession because of that. It was becoming such a, again, a business is business and that's fine. But like, it was not, the doctors got out of the business because they did not take care of people. They didn't heal people. Do
we want to go into that?
Well, I mean, it's just
a little backstory on Flexner.
Just a tip of the iceberg. But like people, and that's the beautiful thing about you is that you've always been real. Like it's not going to be. This isn't made up. This is pretty much. You could take it as factual. It's real. Like. So yeah, you want to dive in, you can. I mean, but it's only what you're comfortable. This is totally just a conversation, and then
our conversations like tend to popcorn into different places.
That's right. That's right.
Which I think is natural as human beings. So we were originally going to go to the 4 energetic bodies, which I think we'll come back to.
Okay.
But like, I guess how we got here.
Well, the root, like you're talking about the root, the plants, which help your body, and then a lot of people forgot that.
Yeah.
And then especially doctors, except for some we know personally that have gotten back to the more holistic.
So once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago, pre-1900s, our medical system was based on midwives. Was based on traditional midwives for gynecology. Midwives for there's many factions, but midwives were the ones who performed. There was no OBGYNs.
Right.
So there was traditional Chinese medicine was very popular back then. So herbs, the meridians of the body, pressure points, tapping, needling for acupressure, acupuncture. There was massage was really big. The body touch, the body actual work. Let's see what else is. Chiropractic was really popular before 1900.
Really?
Yes. And this is all things that have been. This is how people healed. People actually went into these alternative healing modalities.
Yes.
Because those modalities understand that we are of 4 bodies. We are of spirit, mental, emotional, and physical. So when we do our work, when we do our healing, we have to tend to all 4 of those bodies. If not, it's just like cutting off a limb. So we can focus on the physical and ignore the mental and emotional and spiritual. We can focus on the mental, emotional, spiritual and ignore the physical, which that we'll get into my story as it relates to that.
But that comes back at you.
That comes back at you. And we all have, there's two paths. Most people ish, I'm going to preface that, there's a little asterisk there.
Sure.
Start in the physical when they're kids. They learn their body. They learn that their body is a safe place to be. And then they're able to, in a healthy household, they're able to express their mental, emotional, they're able to process, they're able to embody what's coming up for them. And then they finally hit the spiritual, and the age ranges. Sometimes it's 16, sometimes it's 80.
Right.
And we don't know when it's going to be.
Right.
There's some of us, and this goes back to my story, who started with the spiritual because the physical body was not a safe place to be.
Right.
So I, probably out of preservation, when I psychoanalyze myself, connected automatically to source, God, spirit, to see the things around me and the subtleties that not a lot of people see to keep myself alive.
Why do you think that the physical body wasn't safe for you back then? Why do you
I mean,
feel
there
that
was
way?
my dad is abusive.
That's right.
I mean, there was, and I have never been able to see something that was unjust or see something that was wrong and not intervene.
Yeah.
So my earliest memory was my dad beating up my mom when I was 4 years old.
Damn.
So that alone is a trauma that did not necessarily happen to me. Mine happened later on.
Yeah.
But that is a program that gets shoved into the body of, it is not safe to be here.
That's right.
It is not safe to inhabit my body. And I think that's when I look back at, like,
such a young age.
That was where that was my first start of my gifts.
Really?
Was because it was not safe to be in my body.
And just think about that. Like, you're 37. Mm-hmm. I'm not the best at math. That's 33 years.
Mm-hmm. 33 years.
That's on the real.
Yeah.
And you had to start learning that at an early age.
Mm-hmm. But there is nothing wasted in nature either. So
and this is where we're going.
Let's just start that.
That's beautiful.
My trauma became my gifting.
There's nothing wasted in nature.
Now, of course, we took a long circuitous route, prescriptions, suicidal ideation, abusive relationships. I went through all of it.
Yeah.
But again, nothing is wasted.
Yeah.
So that became my medicine. That became what I embodied. That became what I can shine light on. That becomes who I can talk, how I can hold space, the capacity and the awareness that I have.
So that's beautiful. That is beautiful because, and a lot of people, I'm not going to say it as that simple as this, but I mean, you have street cred. I mean, you got a doctorate and, straight up just...
I have a doctorate from a theological esoteric cemetery.
But you also have a doctorate of pain.
Yes.
Like from being
totally.
through all the shit.
I've been through it.
I mean, you may have whatever, I don't know what's higher than that, but I'm just saying you have.
And that's what I say to people is like, when I lead, I'm leading right there with you. I'm boots on the ground with you. The earrings come off quite often. The hair goes up and I'm like, let's go into it.
Well,
I've cried with people. I've held people. I've supported people because that's what we all need.
Well,
we don't make me preach from a pulpit. Like, this is even awkward for me too.
What, this
like,
right now?
This,
Cass, literally, she's not lying. Hair was in the bun. Like, she reached down and she lifted my dead weight off the ground. And I'm telling you, that was just changed my life. Yeah, no doubt. She's like picking up a sack of potatoes on the ground.
I was like, let's just deadlift him. Well, CrossFit I started from a spiritual reason too, because it got me embodied and present into my body.
Well, think about it. Like yoga.
Yeah.
All the thing with the herbals, with the plants, and then everything that when it comes to CrossFit, like mind, body. They're all connected.
It's all four of these bodies are connected. So going back to pre-1900, so I can close that loop, this is what we relied on a society.
Yeah.
And this is a real thing. Flexner Report. I have it on my website.
What's a Flexner Report?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
After the privatization of the oil and the electric companies, two good old guys, Rockefeller and Carnegie, decided to privatize and industrialize the medical system. Oh. So this is a report that was written that not a single doctor who I have ever worked with, from a medical perspective, and probably upwards of 50 to 70 people that I've mentioned this to that have medical degrees from some of the top schools, had ever seen this report.
Flexner Report. Mm-hmm. And I bet a lot of people listening
have never heard of it.
Because personally, I'll be honest, I mean, you can call me dumb, but I never heard it.
No one did. And doctors who went to school, Berkeley, Harvard, at the best schools had never heard of it. Wow. And this is a big piece of medical history. And what it did was say these pieces, these traditional Chinese medicine, herbalism, chiropractic, these mind yoga, these mind, body, spirit pieces are pseudoscience and they're not actually real medicine.
And that's funny because, they'll say about like even chiropractors, they're not real doctors, but they truly are.
They are.
More than a doctor.
And they're the ones who are kind of sitting on that cusp. And I feel like they're really important bridges.
I agree. I got some personal friends.
I love me some chiropractic because we have meridians in the body. We are an energetic body. So if one thing is off from a physicality standpoint and we push in a line, our battery turns on.
That's right. And they know that.
And they know this.
They can click, they can make things happen.
They totally can.
So Flexner, was that like a doctor or like the name?
I don't know where the name actually came from.
I'll dig it up and we'll throw it on. I'll throw a link.
I have a link on my website to it.
So
because it's something that again, when you start talking about spirituality and you take things out of context and you start looking at it's really weird. Sometimes I carry around a rattle, but it's to move the energy in the body. But you can start to judge things that you don't know, especially when you don't know the history of why we have these preconceived judgments.
So, wow.
So Flexner did the report did its job. Yeah. For 100 years, we're getting out of that space now, but for 100 years, it's taken the things that actually heal and suppressed them and put them down. Wow. So it accomplished its goal. But now the doctors who I'm working with and who I talk to and who refer clients to me and, we work in tandem.
That's right.
Are all starting to question the system because it's no longer presenting system A, B, and C. I have to do X. They're starting to actually uncover the different layers.
And that's something that you guys, if the doctors will, but there's always an ego there. But like my doctor, I told him I was working with you. Yeah. We worked hand in hand together and we made things happen and I got off all the medications, right? Before we started doing any kind of other work.
We had to.
Right, because it was inevitable.
Because those medications actually act as roadblocks to stop us from processing what we need to process. Or they become illusions, or they make things confusing, or they suppress and put some of those things in the corner.
Right.
I went through 16 or 17 different medications and was on probably 9 or 10 of them by the time I was 20. Because it's a cascade. So I went on antidepressants and then I went on anti-anxiety. And then because of those two things, it was starting to cause digestive issues. So I got something that helped the digestive. And because of that, it started to cause migraines. Wow. So I got on topiramate, migraine medicine. And because of the migraines, they were worried about the birth, if I was having sex, their birth defects with the migraine medicine. So they put me on birth control. The birth control got me to not sleep. So then I went on Ambien. And
it was just a cascade of just constant pills.
This is normal.
This happens every day right now.
It happens. And I'm I forget the statistic. We can Google it and add it. And after 70% of people are on at least one medication in the United States right now.
That's unbelievable.
So I was working, I forget where I was working. I was working with a specialist, some healer, someone in there. She goes, "You're not on any medications?" I said, "No, I'm not." She goes, "None?" I was like, "No, I'm not."
I'm not either.
I'm on a pile of supplements. We can talk about supplements all day long. We can talk about minerals. We can talk about all of those things. But I'm not on a single pharmaceutical, which is surprising to people.
I'm not either.
So, and with our backgrounds, we can go talk to a psychiatrist, and the first thing they're going to do is get out their pad and start writing a prescription.
Oh, yeah. They're going to let us relive all the trauma and then not help us. I mean, some people, maybe it's helped, but I don't. People I've talked to, I don't know. It's just...
I think it's part of the process.
Yeah.
I think it's so the first piece of the process from my work, not only for me, but for the clients I work with, is acknowledgement. And
again, we don't want to take down from anybody that it helps people. If it helps you, then that's fine. But if there's something out there that it's just all about education and awareness, that's it. Because there's a way to be more holistic and, let your body, just listen to your body.
Listen to your body. Your body is talking.
Yeah.
There's a whole school that I studied that's metaphysical anatomy. Yeah. And the body is a map. And with the body, if you have left knee pain, we're talking about your mama. And we're talking about why you can't move forward. Yeah. If you have right shoulder pain, what burden are you carrying? What does it feel like you have to do that you haven't yet done? Heartburn. Okay, what's bubbling to the surface that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to bring out into the public because of fear, shame, guilt. Wow. All of this is a map. Well, yeah. And you can ignore it, and that's fine.
It's going to manifest.
But it's going to manifest somewhere else. It's going to manifest differently, and it's going to increasingly crescendo until you're ready to look at it.
And it just potentially get worse.
Yeah. Yep.
It's wild to me that's how, we didn't know the direction of the podcast today or the conversation. And it's just, but it's where we needed to go.
Yeah.
The spirit is the one that guides you. And that's something we talked about earlier. You studied all these religions, but they all tell you the same thing, right? Looking within your light.
Yep. Look within your light, look within yourself.
And I do this, right? Because
yeah.
it like this.
I often go like this and bring my hands together and kind of think about the core channel of my body.
And tell me, so why is that? Like, what is that it? I mean, that's it, right? That's the light. It kind of flows.
I mean,
I don't know. It's so
I don't
cool.
know how to answer that question.
It's wild because I feel it though. Like I do this. I mean, I probably look weird, but I feel powerful.
I mean, I think like, going back chakra system, we have seven main chakras in the body, and they are: I am safe to be seen. I am safe to express myself. I have power. I can feel everything that I need to feel. I can speak to it. I can see it, third eye, and I can know it. So then, like, when you look at it, it's all of the kind of I am statements that you're meant to embody and meant to bring in and meant to kind of process through.
You just nailed it.
If I could have everything in alignment, but if my root chakra's off and I'm not safe, everything's fucked up.
So it's it's just a spiral
so
effect.
It's so important to like come back to center, come back to intentionality, come back to your sovereignty, your power, your who you are.
Well, when I've seen you, I've seen you do this a lot.
All the time.
And brings it right to the middle.
Because I'm reminding myself, I'm a work in progress too. And like, even, we'll have some parts of the conversation where I'm like, okay, like, I'm opening up big topics about the medical system.
You are. You just did.
And I felt my own balance of like, oh shit, I just said something that I shouldn't have said because someone from somewhere is going to shame me for something.
Yeah, it's a lot of shaming from people.
So, but if I let it. So I notice myself, I calibrate myself and go, okay, I just said that and I made a really bold claim. I backed it up with facts, with data, with history. I'm not pushing my viewpoint into anyone, but it can still trigger that little subtle bit of like, ooh, you're not safe. What did you just do?
Yeah. I got you. And that's a fear that you still have today. Like you'll never get rid of that.
No,
you'll always have it. It's human, right?
It's human.
I mean, but you do know how to manage it, but then it's hard to manage sometimes because you tend to listen to the noise. We all do, even though we know it's like eating us alive.
Yes. But it's again, we are spiritual. We are all spiritual, whether you agree, disagree, whether you dive in and claim it or don't, but we're also all human.
That's right.
So like,
we're not perfect. Again, there's no perfect.
No.
We're perfect and imperfect.
So like, perfect. I will say I feel unsafe. Okay. But it's all the responsibilities on me.
That's right.
What do I need to do to make myself feel safe?
See?
Is it put a link in the podcast so people can read the documentation for themselves and come up to their own judgment?
That's right.
Probably.
It's just knowledge.
That simple.
I mean, like I had a conversation the other day with my wife, Carmen. We were talking, and like when we were kids, we didn't have Google and all this. We had nothing but encyclopedias that our grandfathers or somebody or our uncles. That's
on my bucket list.
That's how we got our facts.
I want to really like a full set of Encyclopedia Britannicas, but from like probably the 80s.
Oh, I think I got it somewhere in storage, my mom's storage building or something. But like, that's how we got our facts. We were educating, telling Oliver the other day and Lola. That's how we got our facts. Now it's simple, but I mean, I miss those days. I mean, because a lot of things aren't
the information couldn't be controlled.
Correct.
It could be controlled. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, go back.
It could be controlled by the publisher or by the people who are putting the information in the books.
Correct.
It can't be changed at the drop of the hat, taken out of context, clipped, audio edited, AI supported, interjected. It couldn't have been all of the other things. It can be controlled, but it was a different level of control than we have today.
I remember my brother and I grabbing a book. We sit down and we go through it. And we used to love the Guinness World Records book. Because that was cool to see.
Sports, too.
Sports. Of course. Like, so now, with all the screens and things, like that takes away of something so vital for our kids and us.
Yeah.
Because we're not talking to each other.
Exactly. We're not living in community.
We're not living in a community. That's exactly it.
That's the issue.
We're not living in a community. But we should.
And this is where I sometimes get in trouble where I'm like, we need intentional communities. They're like cult leader. And I'm like, no, that's not what I said. I'm like, I said, we're not talking. We're not having conversation. You've called me out I've called you out. Like, this is community. This is friendship.
Yeah.
This is being in relationship.
That's right.
There are some times where you have to check one another.
That's right.
And I'm sure it'll, as our friendship progresses, to more of we started our relationship with more of a power up,
That's
power
right.
over. And now we're on the even playing field, which I think is how we should all be,
Yeah.
which can be confusing to people.
But there's some times when you actually will help dominate a moment to me to help me understand it, which is nice because there's a lot to learn from each other.
Totally. And as we continue our relationship, I guarantee you're going to be like, Cass, where the fuck did you say that?
Yeah.
Cass, that's a limiting belief. Where'd that one come from? Oh, that's a daddy issue. I guarantee you're going to.
We'll be calling each other out.
Which I'm like, I've always said to many people, I was like, if you can trigger me, thank you.
Yeah.
Because if you can trigger me, there's something in me that wants to rise to the surface for me to look at.
And that's something that's so well said because Carmen and I are starting to identify that, like how we're triggering each other and how like we also
so important.
We project and then also we'll see that like, oh, that's the way I feel. Why am I saying, are you okay? Because she is fine.
I mean, good example.
I'm the one not fine.
I told you this. I was with my ex-husband the other day, and every time I walked by him, my low back would like kill me.
And why would it be the low back?
Well, here we go. We're gonna dive into
like
that.
you said earlier, like if it's indigestion or heartburn, it's something to do with.
So I looked at him and I was like, what the hell do you have to tell me? Because every time you're holding something from me, there's something that you need to say that you have yet to say. And every time I walk by you, my low back hurts. And he looks at me, he goes, no, I'm good. And I took a moment and I was like, oh. And then I went out in the woods because that's often where I process.
Well, and why is that? Because of nature, right?
Because of nature, because I can silence the noise. I don't have the distractions of the phone, the kids, the whatever's going on in real life. And I can kind of, again, come back to center. And I came back. I said, I'm sorry. I projected on you. I have something I need to talk to you about.
Wow.
And within 5 minutes, my low back pain went away.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing. And then you felt it in your low back.
Yes.
Like I couldn't tell you.
And I'm flashed back too to your post-ceremony integration.
No, I was about to tell you. Let me step it up. Let me go back. Let's go back. Let's just go to Savannah real quick.
Okay.
So let's talk about like, I'm coming in hot. I get there early. I'm coming in hot.
Hot doesn't even begin to describe how you were coming in.
My goal was I like to be early for everything.
Former people pleaser.
We'll get to it. But I do like to be on time. And it's just something I don't want to waste people's time.
Yeah,
I want to be on time.
It's a sign of respect.
Extremely respectful. I got told, it was very abruptly triggered me in the situation. I thought I was going to lose the opportunity to get a procedure done while I was going down to see Cass. And then go back to it. Cass said, meet me in the park. I'm not far from you. I'll bust over there. I'll meet you there. As soon as I got over there, saw Cass. She saw I was probably the angriest I've been in a long time. And I don't know why.
I'm going to add it to the list if you don't mind.
Please do. Please.
When we make an intention to do something healing or to break a glass ceiling that we have, there are going to be things that bubble up to the surface. Any healer who is in plant medicine or not,
right.
It could be massage.
Oh, this was no medicine.
This was nothing.
This was nothing.
This was meditation and breathing.
I mean, meditation, breathing, and a colonic.
Exactly. We were cleaning out things.
That's right. Which I highly recommend.
Anytime we get to this place where it's like, okay, I see my healing, I see the path, there's going to be things that bubble up to the surface. So a lot of good healers know that this is going to happen. I've had people lunge at me. I've had people cuss at me. I've had people, whatever it is, at me because I'm watching it come to the surface because it's a volcano. It's starting to bubble. And then I could say like, oh, I love you. And they'll be like, yo, you don't love me. And then I'm like, oh, your mom never loved you. Because you're seeing things build. And like, again, we're sitting in this pure place of reflection for that person. Not reflection as a point of deflection and avoidance, but as reflection as in true presence. So what was happening is you were getting invited, you saw the path and there was a trigger. And the person who was the recipient of this trigger.
But I thought that I ended the phone call. Because, the lady told me to basically get the fuck off her property.
Yeah.
Don't come back until your appointment at 9:30. And, it triggered me. Thought I hit end. I didn't.
He didn't hit end. Some words were said.
Words are very upsetting words. I was releasing.
Yeah, you were releasing. And she called me immediately.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to make sure I was safe.
Right.
She didn't take anything personally. This is, I mean, I will reference, I'm surprised I haven't referenced it yet, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. One of the first agreements is do not take things personally. So she could have taken it personally and been like, nope, I'm not helping you. Get the hell off my property. How dare you call me what you just called me? Cass, this is insane. I'm calling the cops.
That's right.
That's a low road. She could have taken.
Yep.
Instead, she called me and she goes, he's your client.
Are you okay?
Are you safe? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like, and we went, that's right. We met at the park.
It was a humbling situation.
I sent him a pin drop on Apple. I was like, meet me at this big tree.
And I go to the big tree, and then the first thing I do, Cass says, hug the tree. And then I did. And it was the best feeling ever. And it must have hugged the tree literally 90 seconds to 2 minutes.
Yeah, you had your hands both on. You had the hands on the tree, the eyes closed, and just tears, and you felt it all.
It was.
You didn't avoid it
right now. I feel it right now just thinking about it.
I feel it too.
That was so powerful. And you're right. Go back to that. Like when we're about to start dealing with things, you have something scheduled for, like, say it's tomorrow. It's going to bubble up today.
Yep. 1,000%. But then it was my responsibility to ground you. And this is something, again, we couldn't plan.
And I've never been.
We couldn't plan. I think my hair was probably still wet. I got out of the shower.
What I'm saying. There was an emergency. Like it was like, she called you. And
she did. She called me. We went to the tree. We grounded in. I texted her. I said, I'll be there. I said, I'll be there during your intake just to make her feel safe. Again, it's my responsibility to bridge that.
That's right. It's a referral. It's your friend.
Yeah. So, I mean, we sat together in circle. She called you out. Yeah, she laughed about it.
She got me to the point where I felt comfortable to laugh.
Exactly.
Because it was hard to release. But I did.
Because you could have had shame about it too. You could have been like, wow, I'm such a really shitty person. I
owned it.
And shame. So the Hawkins scale of consciousness is another tool I'll reference.
Hawkins scale
of consciousness. We'll link to it. It's another one that's on my website. And it's a scale of emotions from guilt and shame to love and peace and pure consciousness. When guilt and shame are the lowest vibrational energies. So if you have something you feel guilty about, if you have something you feel shame about, that hook is so hard to get out.
Really?
Because it's the base. It's that root chakra. Bottom. It's the I'm not safe. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy.
Wow.
I don't belong. It's the bottom of them. And, Hawkins scale of consciousness directly maps back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's that base level guttural energy.
The hierarchy. What is it?
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Man, we're getting into it today, guys. Listen, and we'll have all this into the, in the show notes.
Yeah,
show
we'll
notes.
have all the links.
And we'll have all the links loaded in. And then Maslow's?
Yeah, Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
I love it.
See, but this is the thing is sovereignty is of utmost importance. So I can sit here and I can preach and I can tell you what it is and tell you, but I'm like, if I give you the resource, I want you to go read it and have your own interpretation of it. Because it's going to manifest differently in your life.
I mean, you're not pushing your viewpoints on me, or nor have you. And we don't have the same viewpoints on certain things.
No.
And that's what makes us great.
My thing is I can also see every viewpoint where I'm like, oh, I get why you like that. Oh, I get why you like that. Oh, I get why you did that.
Yeah, because you coached yourself. I mean, you've learned it.
And I've walked through all of those things too. And I've always questioned, and this goes into some of the things that I've studied with NLP and hypnosis. The first thing in NLP and hypnosis is your reality is your perception. So your reality and my reality could be vastly different.
Good point.
So when you take that one sentence, and if that's the only sentence you apply, it gives a level of grace for me not to then come at you and push my viewpoint on you and tell you what I believe and how I'm going to stake my claim and it's going to be right. I'm like, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
It's a conversation. And guess what? I'm wrong. You're wrong. And truth is somewhere in the middle of us.
That's right.
And we'll somehow, someplace land on it only when we have meaningful conversations.
I love that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good.
It is good.
It is so good.
Especially with the name of the podcast. I was like, truth.
Truth serum. Thank you, Phil Perry.
That is the truth serum, though. It's having those conversations, coming to center. And you can apply this to any polarizing topic.
I agree.
You can apply it to religion. You can apply it to politics. Get ready.
Those two things.
It's going to get messy.
So
you can
those two
apply it to the
things.
healthcare. You can apply it to anything.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to have people on opposite sides.
That's right.
And if you fight for your viewpoints, if you fight for what you believe in and not want to see anything out, that's your limitation. That's your Achilles heel.
It's so funny. I saw something the other day, just like it was like, everything was unified and everything was together in our world in 2013 when everybody from both sides were all in a room and we all decided to do the Harlem Shake.
Yes.
So I love that reel because it was so true. Because nobody really, didn't dislike each other, all different ethnicities and cultures, all in the same room. Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever. I don't care who you are.
Doesn't matter.
But everybody did the Harlem Shake.
Yeah.
And they had a blast doing it. So we just need to do more Harlem Shake.
Exactly. Well, we need to, if you...
Have fun.
Again, going back to, I'll pick on NLP again. There's this thing called chunking up, which I love.
Chunking up?
Chunking up. And I at first heard, I was like, this is so stupid.
Chunking? Like CHUNCK?
Yes, chunking up.
All right.
Because if we say whatever, I'm gonna go really polarizing, Democrat and Republican.
Yeah.
If you ask what each of those groups want, they will say something. So like Democrat could be like, I want everyone to be included and us to provide for everyone. Republican might be like, well, I think everyone's important and we should all be taken care of.
All right.
And then you ask, well, okay, with that, why do you think that's important? And they could be like, yeah, because people, we deserve to take care of people. And they go, oh yeah, we deserve to take care of people too. When you start going higher up and looking at things from a different elevation, we all want the same things.
That's right.
So there's a whole process of getting people to see that I'm like, you're not actually that different.
Yeah.
But we really like being special as humans.
Yeah.
And this goes again into the title of I'm this, I'm that. I'm
taking our suckers and throwing in dirt.
I don't know what that is.
What that means is,
that's a Southern term. I don't know.
It's a Southern term. You're a grown ass man.
Yeah.
And you're going to get in your feels.
Yeah.
You take your sucker out and you throw in the dirt. Act like a 5-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
Don't be that 5-year-old.
No.
You get out your feels.